Welcome to the Stoic Tide in the relentless current of modern life, where distractions are endless and external validation is the default currency. A profound sense of internal strength can feel elusive. We are buffeted by opinions, fears of the future, and regrets of the past, often leaving us feeling powerless in our own story. But what if there was a navigational system, forged in the fires of ancient wisdom, designed not to control the waves around you, but to unshakably fortify the ship within you? This is the promise of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism is not about suppression of emotion or a grim, joyless existence. It is a practical framework for resilience, clarity, and moral excellence. It teaches us to distinguish between what is within our power, our judgments, values, and actions, and what is not, the actions of others, our reputation, the past, the future. By focusing our energy exclusively on the former, we reclaim an immense power. This series, distilled into 10 ruthless but compassionate rules, is a guide to applying that Stoic power. It is a manual for becoming the strongest, most resilient, and most virtuous version of yourself. Prepare to question your assumptions, redirect your focus, and build an inner citadel that no external storm can breach. Let us begin the journey. Chapter 1. The Foundation of Sovereignty, Mastering Your Inner Domain. The journey to becoming the strongest version of yourself begins not with a conquest of the external world, but with a quiet, decisive revolution within the borders of your own mind. Stoic philosophy posits that our suffering, anxiety, and sense of weakness rarely stem from events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire in constant turmoil, began his private journal, Meditations, with a simple yet monumental task, reminding himself of the qualities he admired in others and aspired to himself. He was not jotting down battle plans for territorial gain, but battle plans for moral and psychological sovereignty. This is our first and most critical rule. Your mind is your kingdom. Govern it with absolute authority. Everything else in Stoicism builds upon this foundational principle. Imagine your perception as a fortress. Every external event, a critical comment, a financial setback, a personal loss, arrives at the gates. The event itself is neutral. It is simply a thing that has happened. The pivotal moment, the moment that defines your strength or weakness, occurs when you decide to let that event in, and more importantly, what meaning you assign to it. The comment becomes an insult only if your judgment labels it as such. The setback becomes a catastrophe only if your perception declares it so. Epictetus, the slave-turned-philosopher, opens his Enchiridion with this brutal clarity. Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Your opinions, your aversions, your desires, these are the levers of power. When you blame an external event for your internal disturbance, you have ceded your sovereignty. You have handed the keys of your fortress to a passerby. Cultivating this sovereignty requires a daily practice of persocial attention. It is the vigilant, moment-to-moment guardianship of your impressions. When an unsettling impression strikes, anger at a traffic jam, anxiety about a meeting, you must learn to pause. Insert a sliver of space between the stimulus and your response. In that space, interrogate the impression. Ask as the Stoics did, is this within my control? The traffic jam is not. Your hooting and fuming is not. Your physiological reaction? Partially, with practice. But your judgment about the traffic jam, this is terrible and ruining my day, that is entirely within your control. You can choose to see it as an opportunity for patience, a moment to listen to an audiobook, or simply a neutral fact of life. This is not positive thinking, it is accurate thinking. It is seeing things as they are, not worse than they are, which is the work of our runaway imaginations. This governance extends to your desires and aversions, which are often the source of our greatest weakness. We are enslaved by what we desperately want to have and what we desperately want to avoid. The second rule, therefore, is tame your desires. Seek only what is truly yours. The Stoic ideal is to direct your desire, orexis, exclusively toward things within your moral choice, virtue, integrity, acting with justice and courage. To desire a promotion is to set yourself up for frustration, as the outcome depends on countless external factors. But the desire to perform your work with excellence, diligence, and collaboration is a desire fully within your power. You can satisfy it today, now, regardless of the promotion's outcome. Similarly, your aversions should be directed only at what is truly evil: vice, injustice, intemperance. Be indifferent to pain, discomfort, poverty, or obscurity, for these are not moral evils, but indifferent circumstances. By narrowing the scope of what you desire and fear to the province of your own character, you become unconquerable. No one can deprive you of your virtue, and no external circumstance can force you into vice unless you consent. This leads to the third, ruthlessly practical rule. Define what is yours and let go of the rest. Draw a stark, unblinking circle around your sphere of control. Inside it, your opinions, your efforts, your values, your actions, your reactions. Outside it, your body's health, your reputation, your wealth, your family's safety, the weather, the past, the future. Your entire mission for inner strength is to pour all your energy, focus, and care into the inner circle, and to meet everything in the outer circle with a mindful, prepared indifference, apatheia, freedom from unhealthy passion. This is the core of the Stoic dichotomy of control. Epictetus drills it home. Work, therefore, to be able to say to every harsh appearance, "You are but an appearance, and not absolutely the thing you appear to be." And then examine it by those rules which you have. And first, and chiefly by this, whether it concerns the things which are in our own control, or those which are not. Your boss's mood is not yours. A stranger's opinion is not yours. The stock market's movement is not yours. Your diligent preparation for a presentation is yours. Your respectful response to criticism is yours. Your choice to learn from failure is yours. Relentlessly categorize, and in doing so, you will find a tremendous weight lifted. The anxiety that comes from trying to control the uncontrollable dissipates, replaced by the calm, potent focus on what you can actually influence: yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to the Stoic Tide for more guides to navigating life with wisdom and resilience. 1 chapter down, 3 to go in building your inner citadel. Chapter 2. The discipline of action and perception. Engaging the world with virtue. Having established sovereignty over your inner domain, the Stoic project turns outward. How does this fortified self engage with the world? It does not retreat into a cave of indifference. True Stoicism is profoundly active and social. The goal is not to feel nothing, but to feel appropriately and to act rightly, regardless of the chaos that surrounds you. This chapter introduces the disciplines that govern our interaction with reality, the discipline of action and the discipline of perception. The fourth rule is, act with purpose, not for outcomes. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This strength is demonstrated in action oriented toward virtue, not trophies. The Stoics divided philosophy into 3 fields: ethics, the good; physics, the nature of the world; and logic, reason. Our actions in the world fall under ethics, but they are guided by a physics that sees the universe as a rational, interconnected whole, logos, and a logic that demands clear thinking. When you act, your sole concern should be the moral quality of the action itself, its justice, courage, temperance, and wisdom. Did you tell the truth because it was right? Did you help because it was your duty as a human being? Did you undertake the difficult task because it was necessary? If so, you have succeeded in the only way a Stoic can succeed, regardless of the result. The project may fail, the person may reject your help, the truth may be unpopular. That is in the outer circle. Your virtuous intention and effort reside firmly in the inner circle. This philosophy transforms you from a pawn of external rewards into an agent of intrinsic good. You become like an archer who focuses solely on drawing the bow correctly, aiming true, and releasing smoothly. The wind may take the arrow off course. A sudden movement may spoil the target. These are not the archer's failures. His success was in the execution of his art. Your life is your art. Execute with virtue. This requires the fifth rule. Embrace and love your fate, amor fati. The Stoic concept of amor fati, later championed by Nietzsche, is not passive resignation. It is the active, enthusiastic acceptance of everything that happens as necessary and beneficial for the whole of which you are a part. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Your task is to be that fire." See every obstacle, every setback, every piece of so-called bad luck as fuel for your development. The critical colleague is not a nuisance. He is a sparring partner for your patience and humility. The canceled plan is not a disappointment. It is gifted time for reflection or other work. The illness is not a curse. It is a drill for your endurance and a reminder of life's fragility. Epictetus, who was crippled by a cruel master, said, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happen the way it happens. Then you will be happy." This is the ultimate reframe. It takes the weapon of circumstance out of the world's hand. The world cannot thwart you because you have willed exactly what it wills. Your desire is aligned with reality itself. This is the superpower of perception. To see the hidden opportunity for virtue in every situation. To consistently apply this reframe, we need the sixth rule. Practice negative visualization, premeditatio malorum. This is the Stoics' most powerful tool for cultivating resilience and dissolving anxiety. It is not morbid pessimism. It is a psychological inoculation. Regularly, in moments of calm, deliberately imagine the loss of what you value: your possessions, your job, your relationships, even your own health or life. Sit with the feeling, not to generate fear, but to reveal two truths. First, you will see that you can endure it. The imagined blow, when examined, loses its phantom power. You realize your core self, your character, your reason remains intact. Second, and more beautifully, it instills a profound gratitude, gratia, for what you have right now. By consciously understanding that everything is on loan from the universe, that your loved ones are mortal, that your comforts are temporary, you stop taking them for granted. You hold your child not with a clinging fear of loss, but with a present, fierce appreciation. Seneca advised, "He robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand." Anxiety is fear of an unknown future. Negative visualization makes the future known, rehearsed, and stripped of its capacity to terrorize. Finally, for our actions to be both virtuous and effective, we must follow the seventh rule. Focus on the process, not the prize. The modern world is obsessed with endpoints: graduation, promotion, marriage, victory. Stoicism redirects the spotlight to the infinitesimal steps that make up the journey. Can you control whether you win the race? No. Can you control your training regimen, your diet, your focus during each stride, your recovery? Absolutely. The marathon is won in the thousands of small, correct decisions made months before the starting gun fires. Your character is built not in the moment of grand, heroic crisis, which may never come, but in the daily, unobserved choices. Choosing honesty when a lie is easier. Choosing kindness when irritation is tempting. Choosing discipline when distraction is available. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to concentrate every minute like a Roman, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice. That minute, that task, that is the entire stage for your moral development. The prize of being a strong person is simply the cumulative effect of a lifetime spent attending to the process with virtue. When you fall in love with the practice itself, the writing, the studying, the listening, the labor, the outcome becomes almost irrelevant, and in this detachment, you paradoxically perform at your highest potential. Chapter 3: the crucible of resilience transforming obstacles into fuel. The sovereign mind and the disciplined actor now meet the true test, the inevitable adversity of life. This is where Stoic theory is forged into unbreakable steel. The philosophy is often mischaracterized as passive, but its true spirit is one of dynamic resilience, a proactive alchemy that seeks to turn every obstacle into an advantage. As Marcus Aurelius put it, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This chapter explores the Stoic rules for not merely enduring hardship, but using it as the primary material for your growth. The eighth rule is, see obstacles as the path itself. This is the essence of what modern thinkers call, the obstacle is the way. Consider the metaphor of a fire. A fire, when it encounters a log, does not stop and lament the obstacle. It consumes it, uses it as fuel, and grows hotter and brighter. The Stoic aims to develop a similar relationship with life's challenges. A financial difficulty is not just a problem. It is a rigorous teacher of frugality, creativity, and distinguishing needs from wants. A betrayal is not just a pain. It is a lesson in trust, discernment, and the fragility of external alliances, reinforcing the need for inner self-reliance. A period of ill health is a direct tutor in patience, the mind-body connection, and the preciousness of well-being. The obstacle presents a specific, contextual demand for a virtue. Your job is to identify that virtue and supply it. The difficulty itself is not the enemy. Your perception of it as a catastrophic, unfair blockade is the enemy. Reframe the blockade as a training ground. What is being demanded of you here? Courage? Persistence? Compassion? Ingenuity? The obstacle is a custom-made drill for a skill you need to develop. By seeking out this hidden curriculum, you transform your relationship with adversity from one of victimhood to one of agency. This mindset is operationalized through the ninth rule, practice voluntary discomfort. This is the proactive cousin of amor fati. While amor fati is about accepting the discomfort that fate delivers, voluntary discomfort is about periodically choosing it to inoculate yourself against fear and softness. The Stoics were not ascetics who rejected all pleasure, but they understood that comfort is a trap. It makes us fragile, anxious, and dependent. Seneca, a man of immense wealth, would regularly practice poverty. He would wear shabby clothes, sleep on a hard bed, and eat plain food for days at a time. His purpose? Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, "Is this the condition that I feared?" He was conducting a fear-conquering experiment. By willingly experiencing a lesser version of what he feared, he proved to himself that he could survive it, that his happiness was not tethered to his cushions. For us, this could mean taking cold showers, fasting for a meal, walking instead of driving, engaging in a difficult conversation you've been avoiding, or taking on a physically demanding task. Each act is a rep in the gym of the soul, strengthening your discomfort muscle. It reminds you that you are more than your possessions, your status, or your comforts. You are a will that can choose its attitude in any set of circumstances. This practice ensures that when involuntary hardship strikes, you are not encountering a stranger, but an old, familiar acquaintance you have trained to deal with. From this position of chosen and accepted hardship, we develop the 10th and final core rule, memento mori, remember you must die. Of all Stoic practices, this is the most potent and misunderstood. It is not a morbid obsession with death, but a vitalizing meditation on life's finitude. To remember that you will die, that your time here is limited and profoundly uncertain, is the ultimate tool for prioritization, urgency, and gratitude. It cuts through trivialities with laser precision. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. When faced with pettiness, resentment, procrastination, or fear, the question, "Would I do this if I knew I might die tonight?" brings instant, brutal clarity. It pulls you out of the petty dramas of the ego and into the meaningful realm of the soul, Memento mori does not make life somber. It makes it sacred and urgent. It is the reason to mend the quarrel today, to express love now, to begin the meaningful project this very hour. It is the antidote to the illusion of an endless tomorrow. As Seneca wrote to a friend, you act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. We fear minor social embarrassment as if it's eternal damnation, yet we postpone our deepest desires as if we have limitless time. Remembering death corrects this fatal imbalance. It teaches you to treat your time as your most precious, non-renewable resource, and to spend it only on what aligns with your virtue and purpose. Furthermore, it fosters a profound equality. In the face of death, the differences between emperor and slave, CEO and intern, fade into insignificance. What remains is the quality of the life lived, the courage shown, the justice done, the love given. This remembrance is the final forge of resilience, for when you have made peace with the ultimate obstacle of your own mortality, no lesser challenge can truly intimidate you. You are freed to live not a long life, but a good one, which is the only thing the Stoic truly desires. These 10 rules, from governing your mind to loving your fate to remembering your death, form an integrated system. They are not quick tips but lifelong disciplines. They build upon each other, creating a person who is calm not because life is easy, but because they are strong. Kind not because others deserve it, but because it is their nature. And effective not because they always win, but because they use every single experience, especially the painful ones, as fuel for their unshakable purpose. Chapter 4. Integration and the Stoic Art of Living. Weaving wisdom into daily life. Understanding the 10 ruthless rules is an intellectual exercise. Living them is the art form. The final chapter of this journey is not about new principles, but about integration, how to weave the fabric of Stoic philosophy into the very texture of your daily existence. The strongest version of yourself is not a distant destination to be reached, but a mode of being to be practiced in the mundane, unheroic moments of life. In traffic, in line at the grocery store, during a tedious work meeting, in a quiet moment of disappointment. This is where philosophy earns its name as a practical wisdom. Let us explore the tools and reminders for this integration, ensuring that Stoicism moves from your notebook into your nervous system. First, establish daily rituals of reflection. The Stoics were pioneers of the morning and evening review. In the morning, meditatio. Do not leap into the digital stream. Instead, take 5 minutes of silence. Recall the dichotomy of control. Mentally rehearse the day ahead. Anticipate potential challenges, the difficult person, the tedious task, the possible frustration. Pre-visualize yourself meeting these not with reactive passion, but with the virtues they demand: patience, diligence, courage. As Epictetus advised, say to yourself in the morning, I shall meet today with busybodies, ingrates, insolent, deceitful, envious, unsocial people. All these things have come upon them through ignorance of what is good and evil. This is not cynicism, it is a vaccine. By anticipating human folly, you disarm its power to surprise and anger you. You prepare your mind to respond from principle, not impulse. Then, in the evening, conduct a rigorous but compassionate review, examinatio. Seneca was a proponent of this. When the light has been removed and my wife has fallen silent, I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by. Ask yourself, where did I act in accordance with my values? Where did I let an external steal my tranquility? Where did I confuse what is mine with what is not? The goal is not self-flagellation, but course correction. Did you get angry in traffic? That is data, not a verdict. It shows an area where your judgment that traffic should be different is still not fully aligned with the nature of reality. This nightly audit is the feedback loop that turns experience into wisdom. Second, cultivate a community of practice, even if it's a community of one or of books. While Stoicism is ultimately an individual pursuit, We are social creatures who learn and are reinforced by others. Seek out fellow travelers. This could be a reading group discussing Seneca or Marcus Aurelius. It could be an online forum dedicated to practical Stoicism. More simply, it can be the community of the Stoic texts themselves. Read a passage from Meditations or Epictetus discourses each day. These are not archaic texts but direct conversations with masters of the mind. When you face a challenge, ask, "What would Marcus do here?" Or, "How would Seneca reframe this loss?" They become your mentors. Sharing insights, as you are encouraged to do at the end of these chapters, reinforces your own understanding and creates a ripple effect. Teaching is learning twice. By explaining a Stoic concept to a friend, you solidify it in your own mind. Third, develop situational anchors. These are simple phrases or questions you can deploy in moments of stress to instantly reconnect with your Stoic foundation. When you feel anxiety rising, ask the anchor question, "Is this within my control?" This instantly pulls you back from the chaos of the outer world to the sovereignty of the inner. When you face a setback, use the anchor phrase, "The obstacle is the way." This triggers a reframe, prompting you to look for the hidden opportunity for growth. When you are overwhelmed by desire for something or aversion to something, whisper the anchor, "This is just an impression, not the thing itself." These anchors are like mental beat-downs, giving you a secure point to hold on to as you climb the cliff face of a difficult emotion. Finally, remember that progress, not perfection, is the goal. The Stoic sage, the perfectly wise person who never errs, is an ideal, a guiding star, not a realistic expectation. You will lose your temper. You will worry about things outside your control. You will forget memento mori and waste an afternoon on trivialities. This is not failure, it is part of the training. The measure of your strength is not the absence of stumbles, but the speed and grace with which you return to your principles. As Seneca noted, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Every day you choose to engage, to try again, to apply the rules even imperfectly, is a victory. Forgive yourself for lapses as you would forgive a student learning a complex skill. The very act of noticing the lapse is proof your awareness is growing. Becoming the strongest version of yourself is not about becoming impervious or emotionless. It is about becoming antifragile, a term popularized by modern thinker Nassim Taleb, deeply rooted in Stoic thought. It means gaining from disorder. The Stoic self is not a rock that withstands the storm unchanged. It is a fire that uses the wind to burn brighter. Your strength is forged in the very challenges that would break a weaker spirit. You learn gratitude from loss, courage from fear, clarity from confusion, and resilience from every single setback life hurls at you. This is the promise of the Stoic path, a life not of ease, but of meaning. Not of control over the world, but of profound command over the one thing you truly own yourself. You now have the map, the 10 ruthless rules, and the practices to integrate them. The voyage is yours to begin, one mindful judgment, one virtuous action at a time. This concludes our 4-chapter journey through the 10 ruthless Stoic rules. If this series has helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to the Stoic Tide. Your engagement helps this wisdom reach more seekers. Thank you for walking this path. Be strong, be virtuous, and remember, the tide rises with each of us.